Hello, many thanks for joining us. You're watching News Across Nigeria. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, post-conflict reconciliation meeting takes place in Yola, Benue State. Aguleri people back Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano for second term. And Minister of Power, Works and Housing continues his tour of federal government projects. Let's start from the northeast part of the country, where states in that region devastated by the Boko Haram insurgency are still reeling from the aftermath. Efforts are ongoing to bring about normalcy to the most affected communities. In Yola, the Benue State capital, a reconciliation meeting has been held to re-examine the effects on the people. Top on the agenda was the relationship between communities and security agencies and the safety of allowing repentant Boko Haram members back into the society.
The major question this post-conflict meeting in Benue State is seeking to answer is if repentant Boko Haram members should be allowed to reintegrate into the society. Yola, the state capital, is hosting the one-day post-conflict reconciliation meeting between community leaders and security agencies organized by the Center for Democratic Development in collaboration with the United Nations Development Program. The Vice Chancellor of Modibo Adama University of Technology, Yola, is the guest speaker here, and he tells participants, community leaders, clerics and security agencies that their role is critical in the post-conflict situation.
How do we take back our communities? How do we go back to our normal lives? How do we get the basics of our lives back? This will involve several factors. The number one is ourselves, members of the community. First, we have to agree as members of the community that we are going back to our community and we are going to reclaim our community.
The participants also shared their thoughts on the meeting.
We hope the general community will look at security agencies as an institution that is out to protect their life and property.
We need to come together, stay together, and forgive. And also forgiveness is something important.
Speaking to journalists after the event, Professor Aliyu highlights the role of the communities and the issue of repentant Boko Haram members.
Government has already declared that the conflict is a post-conflict situation, which is true in places like Adama. We reckon Adama to be post-conflict, except perhaps in places like Madagali and Michika, where you still get sporadic attacks. And the sporadic attacks, we say, is in the nature of insurgency. It will take a long while, for that to stop.
Igbozo Moigade is the coordinator of the program.
It's aimed at ensuring that communities come together, look at some of the security challenges they confront, and how they can together work out a solution. Because when they work out this solution, it is easy for you to implement.
The collaborators have planned similar meetings in Borno and Yobe states.
Following the killings resulting from herdsmen attacks in Benue State, the River State Governor Wike has called for a state of emergency in the state. The governor was speaking when he played host to members of the governing council of the University of Port Harcourt in the government house in Port Harcourt, the state capital.
When there was no problem in Port Harcourt, they were conspiring how to declare state of emergency. Now that the time for the state of emergency has come, it should be declared in Benue State because the governor has lost control. Look at how people are being killed. So if you are from Benue, sorry, I'm calling for state of emergency in Benue. So I'm calling for state of emergency in Benue. So you can now see how it is. Instead of you to be praying to solve problem, you are happy that the other state is having problem. Now the problem has gone back to those who are laughing.
River State Governor Wike Meanwhile, the police joint security response team led by Commissioner of Mobile Police Force Abuja, Mr. Bello Ahmed, has met with the Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom over the crisis in Buruku, Logo and Zakibiam. The team was briefed by Governor Ortom on the persistent herdsmen attacks and the Zakibiam situation and promised to work with the state command to root out criminals from the state. Meanwhile, the governor has also expressed his displeasure about the River State governor's statement calling for emergency in Benue.
On March the 11th, suspected Fulani herdsmen invaded this community in Buruku Local Council, killing 6 persons and kidnapped a man working on the Fadama 3 dry season farming project. The attack left women and children displaced into neighboring communities. While Governor Samuel Ortom and security chiefs were in Buruku the Monday after, herdsmen hit another community in Boko, where 6 persons were again killed. Governor Ortom reacted with an order.
I have spoken to the security agencies and we have agreed we will lead the remaining herdsmen who are around here out of Buruku local government.
A week later, gunmen stormed the popular Zakibiam Yam market, leaving 17 people dead, 11 injured, burnt houses and yam produce. This time, it's the Inspector General of Police that responded with a specialized team. Governor Ortom welcomes the deployment of security operatives. The governor has also cautioned his counterpart in River State, who is calling for the declaration of a state of emergency in Benue State.
I pray for my colleagues in River State who, instead of sympathizing with me, have chosen to politicize, to call that Benue State should be declared a state of emergency. When the killings in rivers, everybody knows, is more than what is happening here. And when he, as a governor, and he calls himself a lawyer, does not respect the rule of law.
After the meeting, the security operatives assures the state CEO of safety in Buruku and Zakibiam.
Already the security agencies in Benue are doing a wonderful job. I came here with my team to compliment their effort.
Deployed men, we have mobile men right in the, outskirts where the Fulani normally peddle their cattle or the herdsmen normally pass.
Farmers in Benue State, and indeed those affected by the many years of violent herdsmen attacks, may soon begin to return to their ancestral homes.
Still in Benue State, and meanwhile, civil society organizations and members of the State House of Assembly there may be heading for a collusion course if the proposed open grazing prohibition bill sent by the state government isn't passed. The bill became an issue after it was renamed Livestock Promotion Bill by the State Assembly. At a public hearing for citizens' contribution to the bill, a representative of the civil society organizations asked the lawmakers to restore the bill to its initial name. The Speaker of the State Assembly assured participants at the hearing that their views will be collated for eventual passage of the bill.
Early this week, protesters under the auspices of Benue Non-Government Organizations Network, Bengonet, protested to the government house to register their grievances over the state of the open grazing prohibition bill.
We don't see any rationale. And in fact, it is an insult to our sensibilities for our representatives to be contemplating enacting a law which they deem the promotion and development of livestock in Benue State. We wish to make a very strong opposition because in that draft B which the House of our Assembly has circulated, they are even making a provision for a development fund to promote livestock.
At the public hearing in Katsina Ala Senatorial Zone, the civil societies again kick against the content of the bill, asking that certain sections be expunged.
We demand that Section 5, 6, 7, and 8 of the bill, insofar as they are aimed at promoting and developing livestock farming, are anti-Benue people, and same should be expunged from the bill.
But the Speaker rises the calm frayed nerves by explaining the essence of the public hearing.
Beginning from the title to the very end of every clause of this proposed draft bill, you can make amendments, you can make suggestions, how best you think if it will be that will really put this issue to rest.
One of those championing the cause reminds the lawmakers of the threat posed by the bill as presently constituted.
How come they have not taken into consideration our pains over time to promote bills that will promote our produce in the marketplace, that will promote our well-being by the end of the day and give us a better living?
The ongoing public hearing across the 3 senatorial zones is aimed at enlightening the people and giving them the opportunity to contribute to the process of legislating for peaceful coexistence between farmers and herdsmen.